Day 694, and ready to call it a day. Looking for my foam roller. Might use that a little bit. Hey, pup. Come on. Come on up. Up. Good girl. Good girl. And where do we start today? Got a pup? Say hi, pup. Say hi. Last night we went and had the conversation. The conversation went well. I ended up helping clean up a little bit, and then I'd say had a little bite to eat, but it was just some Reese's popcorn. I know that sounds like an oxymoron or contradictory, but it was, I think it's the Reese's brand, and they had their own popcorn, and they had actual chocolate and peanut butter, I guess, syrup on there. It wasn't a seasoning salt, which I'm not a fan of that seasoning salt. I don't think it tastes too much anything. I don't think the seasoning salt tastes anything more than salt. And so I was glad that it was actually a layer of peanut butter and chocolate, so that was good. But then we were talking about Boy Meets World, and I was like, oh, my favorite episode is the Eskimo. And like, the Eskimo? And we tried to put it on. We thought it was on season 2 or 3. I had to look it up. It was on season 5. And then we thought we clicked it, and then it went to another episode. And I was like, this isn't an episode. We're about 10 minutes in, and they're not even the same thing right now. They're not talking about anything that would relate to the Eskimo episode or the other events that happen. And so I was like, back out of it and look at it real quick. And I said, okay, we'll try. And so we looked at it and like, oh, wrong one. And we went back to the Eskimo one, which was the original, and enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. I still enjoy it every time I watch it. It's so great. Just that whole idea of you got to get out of your own way. And it's just really good. I mean, I'm summarizing it. They do a much better job. And you have Eric and Sean and the family, and then Feeny and Topanga. And those are the main characters in that episode. But Feeny doesn't say as much maybe in this episode. I guess he does. He just has moments where he's just kind of staring at him like, get this done. Get this done. And just as a good way to motivate him and push him and get him to try new things and think outside the box, I guess. It's a good way to put it. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I think we watched a couple more episodes and called it a night. Got up, took the pup for a short walk because I was tired. We stayed up watching way too many. We watched 3 or 4 episodes of that, and then started to watch The Circle because The Circle just came out and it was midnight. I was like, I'm good till like for like another episode or half episode, and they threw on The Circle, and I was like, I can't leave. I can't go. Which is why I'm a little tired. And then the other thing is my friend texted me about a run, and he said, oh, are you at this run? I'm like, no, I didn't even know about it. Like, I thought you were the one that told me about it. And he said, no, it wasn't me. And so I was like, must have been another running friend. But I was like, I'm not there. Sorry, I already ran this evening. I ran real early. So good luck. And she's like, I got here, no one's here. I feel bad. I'm like, I'm sorry. Should have known. And then today, got out of work and met up with Jennifer because she's like, are you gonna run later this evening? Because I need to go run. If you know some hills, I'm like, yeah, I could take you over some of the hills that I run at Papago. So we went there. She loved it. Had a great time. We didn't park at the zoo this time. We had parked on the other side of the canal. It was a slight warm up, maybe a quarter mile, then boom, hills. And we found a little loop, almost. So let's say almost 2 miles, but if it's a quarter mile to get there, so it's probably 1.7 miles of a loop. And so we just did that twice. and the sun was setting. It got dark a little bit faster than we were expecting, so we just did the two. Ended right at four. Well, her watch started a little bit later. My watch started, and I ended right at 40 minutes at 4.44 miles. Total coincidence. Wasn't planning it at all. Originally, she had said close to 6, and so I said, okay, we'll try, but it's going to get kind of dark, so I had brought my headlamp out there just in case. And maybe just add on the extra mile and a half on the canal. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a mile and a half, but I wasn't sure it was going to be at least a mile if she wanted to go for 6, because it's just too dark. It's too dark for one headlamp. And so she was like, my legs are done. That's all I needed. Like, okay, cool. We'll call it a day. And we decided, let's get some food. And so we ended up just making a bunch of spaghetti. We watched a movie called The Menu, which was really, it's like a dark humor way entertaining. It's different. It's got some good actors in there. So it gets a little intense. So be warned, it gets intense. It's not your typical, oh, they're at a restaurant and typical servers or people complaining about the food undercooked, overcooked, or waiting too long. It's a different story. It's maybe, if you want to say, overprivileged, or I guess there's like small groups in there, right? So there's people that are laundering money. There's people that feel entitled. There's people that feel they're taking advantage of other people. There's people that are just inconsiderate and just, yeah. So we didn't finish it. I started dozing off, so I probably had too much pasta. And we did, spaghetti noodles. We did marinara sauce with like a 4-cheese marinara. We did meatballs. We had garlic bread, and we got another bread item. I don't know. I've never had it before. I kept looking at it. I was like, we should just try it. You know, sprinkle on a little bit of pesto on the top as well. Let that cook, and that tasted pretty good. It didn't have the crunch the garlic bread had, but it had a lot of flavor. It was the cheese, tomato, and of course the pesto on top. So we tried that. That was good. And about 15 minutes later, I was just dozing off. I tried to change positions and sit around and move, but just kept dozing off. And then I must have dozed off for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then Jennifer had to leave real quick. There was an incident that happened, and a very unplanned. I don't know how to describe it. Someone at her complex had tried to take their life, kind of. So, they're okay. Thankfully, there was people there that saw what was going on, and they called the cops or called people to help get assistance. So, but yeah, I woke up to like, hey, I gotta go. I'm like, and I'm thinking, I had thought, like, I was so tired, but I didn't sleep a lot last night, and so I had thought I'd slept through the day, and I was getting woken up for work. I'm like, hey, it's 8 o'clock. You gotta get to work. And I'm just like, what's going on? And then she kind of told me, and she came in the loop when she got there. There was cops there and medics, and so they were taping things off, and her neighbors told her about what they saw or heard, and really sad, but her daughter was trying to ask about it, and it's hard to tell with a lot of detail, but she's like, why would someone do that? And there's thousands of reasons, there's hundreds of reasons it could have been, but maybe ultimately they didn't want to live in that moment, and so that was their thought. So I don't know the people, so I don't want to talk about it. It's not my place, but we just tried to talk to her and said, there's always someone there for you. Just there's a phone line your hotline, I guess you could call. There's friends you can call. There's family you can call. There's groups to help. There's not even help that directly, but just help you feel like you're connected and you're heard and being seen. So we tried to look at it in that aspect too. But it was a lot. It was intense, and I'm still trying to process it right now because it's right outside their door. So yeah, it is little shocking up, a little scary. So yeah, a day. That's a day. So run your life with health and happiness. And have a good night.